Continuing with alkyl and aryl halides, we are now taking polyhalogen compounds. First compound is dichloroethene. Dichloromethane, first of all. It can be prepared from methane by treating it with 2-chlorine. In the presence of diffuse sunlight, we get CH2Cl2 plus 2 molecules of HCl. So this is our first compound, polyhalogen compound, that is dichloroethane. It is used as a solvent to dissolve the organic compound. It is used in the paint removal. It is used as a propellant in rocket fuels and in metal cleaning. Then biological effects, and then it harms human nervous system. It a direct contact with it with the eyes burns cornea. Higher levels of it in air, they causes dizziness, numbness and nausea, and numbness in the fingers. Then we have dichloroethanes, second series of compound. They are dichloroethanes. These are 1,2-dichloroethane, and we have 1,1-dichloroethane. So how they are prepared? First compound 1,2-dichloroethane, that is prepared from acetylene. Acetylene, when treated with Cl2, we get CHCl, double bond CHCl. This is your first 1,2-dichloroethane. And this reaction is brought in the presence of your simple CCl4, and it can also be obtained from acetylene tetrachloride treated with zinc here. ZnCl2 is lost, we get 1,2-dichloroethane. Then we have to prepare the next, that is 1,1-dichloroethane. It can be prepared from 1,2-dichloroethane. CHCl, 2 molecules of it are taken. 1,2-dichloroethane. It is heated with calcium hydroxide. It will eliminate CaCl2 and will give you CH2 CCl2, and will remove 2 water here. This is 1,1-dichloroethane. So these are the 3 compounds. Then dichloroethane, they are used as a solvent and they are used in the dry cleaning purposes. Then we have third polyhalogen compound, that is chloroform CHCl3. Preparations of chloroform: number 1 is from chloral hydrate. This is CCl3CHO.H2O treated with NaOH. We get chloroform plus HCONA, sodium formate, along with water. So this is our first reaction from chloral hydrate. Second reaction is from ethyl alcohol. By treating ethyl alcohol by heating it with bleaching powder paste under water, the reactions are: first reaction will be bleaching powder combines with water to give you calcium hydroxide plus Cl2. This Cl2 in the next step combines with ethyl alcohol and reduces it into acetaldehyde, and 2HCl is produced. This third acetaldehyde get chlorinated by 3 molecules of chlorine. We get chloral plus 3HCl. This chloral, when reacts with calcium hydroxide produced in the first step, 2 molecules of chloral, CCl3, CHO, they combine to give you 2 molecules of chloroform plus calcium formate. So this is our chloroform, which is produced from the ethyl alcohol. First of all, bleaching powder combines with your water to give you calcium hydroxide, and secondly we get acetaldehyde get chlorinated to get chloral on treating with calcium hydroxide will give you chloroform. So this is the first preparation which we have done from ethyl alcohol. Then we have the second preparation which can be done from acetone, having the same reagent. When acetone is refluxed with a bleaching powder paste under water, then we get chloroform similar to the ethyl alcohol. So reaction is similar as we have seen in case of the ethyl alcohol. Similar reaction takes place when we treat it with acetone. So this is our third preparation from acetone. First reaction is same, CaOCl2 combines with water giving you calcium hydroxide plus Cl2. In the second step, acetone combines with 3 molecules of chlorine and 3 chlorine are introduced in the acetone. We get this product, and trichloroacetone when treated with calcium hydroxide produced in the first step, 2 molecules of it, they will give you 2 molecules of chloroform plus calcium acetate. This is calcium acetate. This is our third method. Fourth method is from CCl4. CCl4 when treated with zinc and water, it undergoes reduction to give you chloroform plus HCl. So these are the methods of preparing chloroform. Then we have physical properties of chloroform. It is a sweet smelling liquid, but on smelling in excess it may cause unconsciousness, so it should not be smelled in excess. It is sparingly soluble in water. It is not easily soluble in water. It is sparingly soluble in water. Chloroform sometimes gets converted to phosgene in the presence of oxygen, so it can be seen under chemical properties. When chloroform sample that is kept in open or in sunlight, and this sample contains some oxygen, it will be giving you phosgene plus H2O is obtained. This is phosgene. It is highly poisonous gas. If phosgene contaminated with if chloroform contaminated with phosgene is given to the patient as anesthesia, it can cause death of the patient. Therefore, chloroform samples, they are first checked for phosgene, or they are checked if phosgene is produced, then we would have definitely produced HCl molecule along with this. So this HCl if produced, it will be having chloride radicals. So when chloride radical sample is treated with silver nitrate, we will get white precipitates of AgCl. So if white precipitates of AgCl are produced, it means sample of chloroform contains phosgene. So phosgene has to be destroyed. How it is destroyed? It is destroyed by adding ethyl alcohol to it. 2HCl is removed, we get diethyl carbonate. So this is non-poisonous. If it is given to the patient, then it will not cause the death of the patient. So this is our first chemical property, action of oxygen. Then chloroform can be reduced, action of reducing agent. chloroform treated with zinc and water. Zinc and water, they will reduce chloroform into methane plus HCl. So you will be using 4 hydrogen here, 6 hydrogen here. If chloroform is treated with zinc and HCl, then 2 hydrogens they are being taken and will be getting CH2, Cl2 plus HCl. We get dichloromethane. Then we have carbylamine reaction. Third reaction is carbylamine reaction. Here phenol is treated with chloroform in the presence of alcoholic KOH. On heating we get 3 KCl, we get salicylaldehyde, and water will be produced here, 2 water molecules are lost. So this is our third chemical property. Then we have few more chemical properties of chloroform. These properties, carbylamine reaction, and second is Riemer-Diamond reaction. These reaction would also be covered under phenol. So we have next property, that is fourth property, that is the Riemer-Diamond reaction. Phenol is treated with chloroform in the presence of 3 NaOH at 343 Kelvin. Product will be salicylic acid. Plus 3 NaCl plus 2 water is okay. Then we have formation of action of acetone. It will give you chloritone. Chloroform treated with acetone, we get CH3COH, CH3CCl3. This is chloritone. It is a medicine, a hypnotic medicine given to those patients who are suffering mental depression. It is used as a tranquilizer. Then halogenation of chloroform. Produces CCl4 plus HCl. This is CCl4. Then treatment with aqueous KOH. CHCl3 reacts with 3 molecules of KOH. Aqueous condition, you lose 3 KCl. Product is SCOOH. This is unstable compound, will lose water and will give you formic acid. Formic acid combines with KOH back. You will get potassium formate as a major product during this reaction. Now, what are the uses of chloroform? It is used as a solvent. It is used in the preparation of organic compound, as we have seen, the preparation of salicylic acid, preparation of salicylaldehyde, in the production of refrigerants. It depresses nervous system when it is used as anesthetic. It is a chronic exposure to chloroform damages liver, kidney. When skin is immersed in the chloroform sample, then it produces sores on the skin. Then we have the next interrelated compound is iodoform. Iodoform has similar preparations and similar properties as that of chloroform. So it can be prepared from ethyl alcohol as well as from acetone. On heating, it will give you yellow precipitate of iodoform plus sodium formate, plus you will be getting 5 NaI, and you will be having 5 water molecules. So this is from ethyl alcohol. Second preparation is from acetone, CH3CO, CH3. We take 4 molecules of NaOH. We take 3 molecules of iodine here. They are heated. We get CHI3 iodoform plus CH3 sodium acetate. Along with that, we'll be getting the NaI. 3 NaI will be formed. Oxygen we are having 5, 2 air, 3 water will be there. So this is our iodoform. It is a yellow crystalline solid. It is used as a pain relieving analgesic, antiseptic in action due to liberation of iodine. So it is replaced now by some other compounds also, and it kills the infectious microorganisms. And chemical properties of iodoform, they are just similar to the properties of your chloroform. After doing iodoform, we come to next polyhalogen compound, that is CCl4. It is our fifth compound, CCl4, carbon tetrachloride. First method of preparation, that is from methane treated with 4Cl2. In the presence of diffuse sunlight, 4HCl is eliminated. We get CCl4. Then we have next preparation from carbon disulfide, CS2 treated with 3Cl2, heated in the presence of anhydrous AlCl3. Product will be CCl4 plus H2Cl2, and again CS2 treated with 2 molecules of H2Cl2, we will get CCl4 plus 6 sulfur. So this is the third preparation of CCl4. Then what are the uses of CCl4? It is used in fire extinguishers when humans are exposed to it. Then it causes liver cancer, dizziness, headache, vomiting, damages to the nerves, and unconsciousness. Even person goes to coma if it is smelled in excess. It causes unconsciousness, it causes irregular heartbeat, it damages ozone layer and causes disorder in the immune system. Its properties are similar to chloroform. It undergoes the Riemann-Tiemann reaction to produce salicylic acid. So coming to the main important property, when phenol reacts with CCl4 in the presence of NaOH, 343 Kelvin, we get salicylic acid. This is our salicylic acid plus 4 NaCl and 2 water molecules, they are obtained during this reaction. Then after doing CCl4, we have the next polyhalogen compound, they are freons. Freons are chlorofluorohydrocarbons, chlorofluoro derivatives of methane and ethane. They are collectively called as freons. They are extremely stable, unreactive, non-toxic, non-corrosive compounds. They are easily liquefiable. The most commonly used freon is dichloro-difluoromethane. It is popularly known as freon 12. Now how it is prepared? It is prepared by Schwarz reaction. CCl2F2. This is freon 12. CCl4 plus we get Heg2F2. This is called as Schwarz reaction. On heating, it will give you CCl2F2 plus Hg2Cl2. This is our Freon 12. It can also be prepared from carbon tetrachloride, 3 molecules of CCl4 heated with 2 molecules of antimony trichloride. We get 3 molecules of Freon 12 plus 2SbCl3. So Freon 12, it is used in the refrigeration, and in stratosphere it starts chain reaction damaging ozone layer, produces holes in the ozone layer. Then we have very important compound, that is DDT. We have already prepared DDT. Name of DDT is para dichloro-diphenyl trichloroethane, or it is also called as bis 4-chlorophenyl 1,1,1 trichloroethane. Let us do its preparation. We have done just now. Let us repeat that. We take 2 molecules of chlorobenzene, para position, hydrogen is eliminated from para position, and we get chloral here. This is heated with concentrated sulfuric acid. Water loss will take place. We get this product. This is carbon number 1, this is carbon number 2, 2 पे आपके पास 2 ग्रुप है. Then this is 1 dash, 2 dash, 3 dash, 4 dash. 1 dash, 2 dash, 3 dash, 4 dash. So we have 2 to this 4-chlorophenyl 1,1,1 trichloroethane. Now it is also called a para dichloro diphenyl trichloroethane. It is this compound from where the term DDT has been originated. DDT was used in agriculture before, as few years back. It was used as an insecticide, but due to its non-biodegradable nature and its accumulation in the atmosphere and its carcinogenic nature, its use has been now discarded. It has been replaced by some other compounds. So nowadays it is not used in the developed countries, as it disturbs our life cycle, it disturbs sex hormones, it causes cancer. So its use has been discarded. But poor countries still they are using DDT as an insecticide. Then we have another important compound, that is BHC, that is benzene hexachloride. It is a mixture of 2 compounds. It has hexachlorobenzene as well as hexachlorocyclohexane. Both compounds are present in BHC, and they are obtained during preparation of BHC in the laboratory. So when we take benzene, treated with 3Cl2, we get a mixture of both. Plus those are having 6 halogen in the ring. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hexachlorobenzene, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hexachlorocyclohexane. Both are collectively called as benzene hexachloride, since they are the derivatives of benzene and they are used as insecticide. They are also non-biodegradable, and disturb biochemical reactions of our life. Then we have next important compound, that is Westrone. It is also called as acetylene tetrachloride. It is prepared from acetylene. Two molecules of Cl2 are given to it. In the presence of CCl4, we get acetylene tetrachloride. Westrone is used as a solvent. It is used in the dry cleaning purposes, and from Westrone we are preparing Westrosol by heating it in the presence of barium chloride. It will be eliminating molecule of HCl and will get this is your Westrosol. Both Westrone and Westrosol, they are used as a solvent for oils and paints, and they are used in the rubber industry. They are used for dry cleaning purposes. So this is all about polyhalogen compounds. So in this unit of halogen derivatives of alkanes, we have studied alkyl halide, aryl halide, we have studied polyhalogen compounds. So this is all about this unit. Tomorrow we'll take with the oxygen containing compounds. They are alcohols, phenols, and their derivatives. Thank you very much.